In today's English lesson, I'm going to give you 7 reasons why you must stop buying English grammar books. Are you ready? Well then, I'm teacher Tiffani. Let's jump right in. Reason number 1. Grammar books keep you focused on the rules instead of the message. I'll say that one more time. Grammar books keep you focused on the rules instead of the message. Let me make this clear. English grammar is important. However, when you become an intermediate English learner or an advanced English learner, you must change the way you study English. Because now your goal is to put your thoughts together and express yourself to deliver a specific message. I've watched it happen over and over again with my intermediate and advanced English learners. I know that they had the ideas in their minds, but they were so focused on using the grammar rules properly, their message was never delivered. It's happened when I was in Korea. It happened many times there. It happened many times when I was teaching a student via a Zoom lesson. And it continues to happen even with you because you're focused on the grammar rules. You're focused on making sure your syntax is correct. Now, these things are important, but if the message is never delivered, if the person listening to you never gets your message or your idea, your grammar won't matter. This is why you have to stop buying only grammar books. They keep you focused on the rules instead of helping you shape your ideas, formulate your ideas and your opinions like a native English speaker. So again, grammar is important. But you have to stop only buying grammar books because instead of focusing on the rules, now you need to focus on the message. Like I'm delivering a message to you. You're not focused on each and every word that I'm saying as far as, hey, what does that word mean? Or, hey, what does that expression mean? Many times during my lessons, I use words that you might have never heard before, but the message is clear, which is why I'm your teacher. You have to do the same thing. Stop focusing only on the rules and remember to focus on the message. Reason number 1. Reason number 2. You actually know more grammar rules than you realize. I love this one. You actually know more grammar rules than you realize. You see, your brain is amazing. Your brain is able to take in information, process that information, and store it for later use. Here's the thing though, as an English learner, when you feel like you're not able to bring something to your mind or to use something immediately, you think that you actually don't know that thing. And that's not the case. Instead, you just need to give your brain the opportunity to put into use, to put into practice in real life what you've already learned. For example, you are listening to me right now. I am using tons and tons of English grammar rules. I'm applying them as I'm speaking, right? I speak English fluently. I'm a native English speaker. So the very fact that you are understanding what I'm saying, it means that your brain is taking the information in, processing it, and it wants to help you use it at a later time. So when you speak later on, you can, again, your brain will say, hey, you need to sound like teacher Tiffani. This rule that she used, even though you never learned it from a book, you naturally understood what she was saying. So now it's time for you to use the same pattern that teacher Tiffani used. You know more English grammar rules than you realize. When you focus on delivering the message, like we said in reason number 1, instead of the rules, your brain gets the opportunity to produce what was put in it. So again, reason number 2, you know more than you realize. Reason number 2 why you have to stop buying grammar books, only buying grammar books. Reason number 3, you will have less time to apply what you have learned. Listen, I've experienced this firsthand. I told you in our previous lesson that I studied Korean. I can speak Korean. And there was a period of time during my Korean studies where I was only studying grammar rules. Grammar rules are important, but I was spending so much time studying the grammar rules, I never gave myself an opportunity to use them in the real world. I was so focused on making sure I understood them properly and not making any mistakes that when I would go to speak, instead of focusing on my message, I was only focused on the rule. And that caused me to stutter or to have a blank in my mind or get frustrated or get uncomfortable because I couldn't say what I wanted to. All because I was so focused on the rules. I didn't have enough time to put them into practice. So again, reason number 3, you will have less time to apply what you have learned. Grammar is important, but learn a rule and then use it over and over and over and over again. Instead of learning, memorizing, use. There has to be a balance. Learn a rule and then use it multiple times. Use it. Practice using it. Don't worry about making mistakes. You'll get better. You'll improve. There has to be a balance. Instead of only studying the grammar rules, study a rule and then use that rule over and over, baby. Come on. You can do it. So again, reason number 3, if you only study grammar books, you'll have less time to apply what you have learned. Reason number 4, you need to study native English speakers more. You see, this happened to me as well. Again, I'm speaking from experience. I completely understand what you are going through right now. I've been there. When I was studying Korean, I was going through the same thing. I was a very studious individual. I loved learning. I still love learning. So I was studying. I was studying the grammar books. I was studying the grammar rules, but I was not studying native Korean speakers. So I sounded like a book. I wasn't able to sound natural like my Korean friends. I don't want you to go through that. You have to study native English speakers. Remember earlier, I told you that your brain is amazing. As you're listening to me, your brain is realizing that Tiffani is using certain grammar rules. Her patterns are very interesting. She is speaking English fluently. So if you want to speak English fluently, these are the patterns you need to use. You're learning that because you're listening to a native English speaker. Let me say this. You might have children. You may have nephews, nieces. You may know another individual that has children. Children learn their native tongue in this way. Children are not given grammar books when they're 2 years old. Again, grammar is important. What I am saying is when you get to the intermediate and advanced level, you have to start studying in a different way. You can't just have the book open. No, instead you must think about how children learn. Because now you're trying to learn how to speak English fluently. Children observe. Children listen to native speakers, their mothers, their father, listening over and over again, putting these patterns together, and you have to start doing the same thing. Instead of getting your book, or maybe you have your books on your iPad and just reading and studying English grammar rules. No, pay attention more. When native English speakers are speaking with each other, listen to the patterns they're using. Try to apply them when you speak. This will help you achieve your English fluency goals so much faster. Again, when you get to the intermediate and advanced English level, you have to change the way that you study. Grammar is important, but you have to understand it's not all about grammar books. You have to learn in a different way. And reason number 4, study native English speakers. Now, reason number 5 is another one that I need you to understand. Studying real English conversations will help your grammar improve faster. I want to tell you this real quick story. It's not story time, not just yet, that's at the end. But I want to tell you about one of my students. I'll say her name. Her name is Jocelyn. Hey, Jocelyn. And Jocelyn is in my academy, in my program. And if you want to join us, the link is in the description, EnglishFluencyPlan.com. Now, Jocelyn is an amazing individual. Jocelyn has been my student for a while. And Jocelyn was learning and she was improving slowly, but something happened to Jocelyn. You see, Jocelyn started applying this. She started studying English conversations more. I don't have any grammar books in my academy, but I still teach it because I help students understand how to follow a pattern. So, Jocelyn started paying attention a little bit more to the conversation videos. I have videos in my academy where I speak with other native English speakers, and we have a natural conversation. We're not focused on teaching English, we're just focused on speaking with each other about a certain topic. And so students like Jocelyn are able to observe the conversations. Now, I watched this transformation happen to Jocelyn. She started watching more conversations. She started summarizing what she was seeing and what she was hearing. And I kid you not, within a 2-month period, I saw Jocelyn's English go from here to here. Why? Because she was watching English conversations and allowing her brain to not only take it in, but to process it and then use what she was learning. I remember listening to her videos we have a private chat group. And I would watch some of her videos as I noticed how much she was learning. She started applying what she was hearing. The patterns she was hearing that native English speakers were using during natural English conversations, she started using them. English grammar. I didn't have a book. There was no book that she was reading telling her, hey, this is the grammar rule to follow. No, Jocelyn started paying attention to and studying real English conversations, and her English started to improve. This is what I'm trying to help you understand. Jocelyn, you know how proud I am of you. I know you're watching this video. I'm very proud of you. This is what I'm trying to help you all understand. You specifically, right? The person watching this video. English grammar is important. But if you want to sound like a native English speaker and you're at the intermediate or advanced English level, again, if you're basic level, please continue getting English grammar books. It's important to get a strong foundation. But when you get to that intermediate and advanced English level, you have to start studying the individuals that are doing what you are trying to do. It seems simple, right? I want to sound like a native English speaker. Oh, I guess I should listen to native English speakers. My friend, it literally is that simple. Again, when you have a teacher or a guide to help you along the way, you watch the conversations, you understand the patterns they're using. Again, in the program that Jocelyn's a part of, again, let me put the link on the screen. Hold on one second to help you out so that you can join us if you'd like to join us in our family. Go to EnglishFluencyPlan.com. But again, I'm helping Jocelyn and other students. They watch the conversations. I break down the conversations, teaching them the patterns that are being used so they can think and speak like a native English speaker. So again, you can join us if you'd like, or the link is in the description, EnglishFluencyPlan.com. So again, she's studying the English conversations and her English has improved. So much so that Jocelyn is now the leader of one of our English study groups. Listen to what I just said. Jocelyn is now the leader of one of our English study groups. She's leading other students to achieve their goals. I didn't give her a grammar book. I just taught her how to study English conversations in order to improve her English, and she followed. And she's achieving her goals. I'm so proud of her. So again, reason number 5, study real English conversations. Now, reason number 6, if you only study grammar books, you will sound like a book. This is a fact. Again, I go back to when I was studying Korean. It's a fact. I was studying grammar books. I was studying books alone. And when I spoke, I sounded like a book in Korean. And my Korean friends let me know that I sounded like a book. They said, Tiff, listen, we like hanging out with you, but you sound like a book. They said it in Korean, of course. But I sounded like a book because I was only studying books. Listen to me. When you get to the intermediate and advanced English level, you have to change the way that you study. If you only study grammar books, you, my friend, I care about you, but listen, it's a fact. You will sound like a book. Stop only studying grammar books. You have to change the way you study. If you want to sound like a native English speaker, you have to study native English speakers, not just books. Now, reason number 7, I don't want you to forget this one. Focusing only on your grammar will take the joy out of speaking English fluently. I'll say it again. Studying and focusing only on your grammar will take the joy out of speaking English fluently. Now, this should say take the joy out of. I'm going to leave this in here, actually. I'm going to correct this in real time. Just to show you the importance of being okay with making mistakes and rolling with the punches. That should have said, we'll take the joy out of speaking English fluently, right? But I had to change it. But I'm leaving that in there just to show you. I just rolled with it. Usually in video editing, you stop, you go back. Hey, let's make a change because there was a mistake. No, I want you to understand something. When you focus only on the grammar rules, when you make a mistake, you'll freeze. Everything will get uncomfortable. You'll start being nervous. Hey, it's okay. Relax. Just like I said, hey, listen, I got to add a word. There was a typo. Roll with it. When you only focus on grammar, you won't have this joy, this freedom. Hey, I made a mistake. I was speaking in English. I made a mistake. It's all gravy. It's okay. Let's keep it moving. This happened to my students. I watched it happen to them. When they first came to me, they had this nervousness. They didn't want to make a mistake, even in front of me. And I think I'm a nice teacher. I'm fun, right? But I told them, listen, English is fun. The English language is literally all about you expressing your ideas and opinions. Literally. It's all about you organizing your thoughts and being able to express yourself. English should be fun. But when you get to the intermediate level and the advanced level and you're only focused on grammar rules, you're holding yourself back. You're holding yourself back from experiencing the joy and the freedom of using the English language to express yourself. I've watched it happen. So I want it to happen for you as well. So listen, grammar is important. Don't get me wrong, grammar is extremely important. But what I'm trying to help you understand today is when you become an intermediate English learner, when you become an advanced English learner, you need to have fun studying English. You need to enjoy it. And the only way you'll enjoy it is if you change the way you are currently studying. No more focused only on grammar books. Instead, learn from real English speakers. Change the way you're studying, and you'll find joy again. Now, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope that you continue studying English. You continue trying to achieve your goals. I want you to achieve your goals. Remember, if you want to be like Jocelyn, join us. All you have to do is go to www.englishfluencyplan.com or hit the link in the description. I want to be your teacher. I want to help you achieve your goals and have fun doing it. All right, I'll talk to you in the next lesson, but as always, remember to speak English. You still there? You know what time it is. Here we go. It's story time. Hey, I said it's story time. All right, it is story time. And this story time is actually about one of my friends. This individual also learned Korean. Now, throughout today's lesson, I was telling you about my experience and how I was focused on just studying books and just trying to memorize Korean grammar rules and Korean words and how it was holding me back, right, from speaking Korean like a native Korean speaker. Well, that was my journey to learning how to speak Korean, and then eventually I figured out towards the end the importance of paying attention to native Korean speakers. I changed my way of studying. But I had a friend, and this friend, he was a great teacher. We taught together in South Korea. He was an amazing teacher, But at some point, I realized that he also had the gift of learning languages quickly. You see, I studied Korean for about 2 to 3 years before I got to the point where I sounded natural, right? 3, 4 years. This individual, he also wanted to speak Korean. Now, I went the traditional route. I went to university. They had a language institute. But this individual actually decided to, yes, he had to get some books. Again, at the basic level, you have to make sure you're learning the fundamentals. He got some books, but he let native Korean speakers teach him. He applied what he was learning immediately. Whatever he learned, he would go around his Korean friends. He didn't focus on his mistakes. He just tried to implement what he was learning in natural situations over and over and over and over again. So while I was in the books, he was in the book in real life, in real life, in real life, in real life. We studied differently. But while it took me 3 or 4 years to sound natural, I kid you not, it took him a little under a year to sound natural. You heard me right. This individual, he was studying but applying what he learned immediately in real life situations. And I was in shock as I watched him improve so quickly. His Korean sounded great. His pronunciation was good. When he spoke to other Koreans, they understood what he was saying, and he was so natural, and I saw how fast they responded to him. And it was so interesting to me because he was applying what he was learning immediately, not waiting until he was perfect, willing to make mistakes and not feel bad about his mistakes. Instead, he knew the importance of putting things into practice. Now, he inspired me. I started learning Korean before him, but the way he was studying and the way he was learning and putting things into practice inspired me. And he eventually spoke Korean fluently. Absolutely amazing. Now, you might have someone in your life, and that individual might be inspiring you. The way they work, the way they study, the way they speak to other people, whatever it is. Many times we have people around us that inspire us. Inspiration is important, but we have to apply what we're seeing them do. Inspiration is good, but application is even better. So that's a short story for you today, just letting you know that, again, I understand where you are. I know your situation. But what I taught you in today's lesson, I saw it play out completely in my friend. He put things into action immediately instead of simply focusing on every individual rule. I really hope this lesson inspired you to apply what you learned. I'll talk to you in the next lesson.